Testing, testing. Okay, cool. Alright. Hello. I have a large box. Anyway, we're going to take a look inside this box, and we're going to find that it is more FanHome Enterprise. And do I need to tighten this screw? Jesus. I think I'm fighting my mic boom here for a little bit. Okay, but yeah, this is... I was expecting my most recent FanHome thing for the Enterprise D, and I didn't get like the small box that I usually get. Keep in mind, box set like usually comes is this size, which fits nicely on the screen. Box that I received 4 times larger, but there is a reason, I guess. And oops, gonna hit the microphone for a minute. But yeah, reason being is this comes with like the stand. So we're gonna just get everything out of this box real quick. Yeah, stand plus magazine number 12. Plus the next 4 stages, which we'll take a look at closer soon. Plus, I guess, another one of the book holders. So, there we go. Put that off to the side. Yeah, I didn't even really have time to like, or not time, but room to set up everything. So I don't have my tools with me or anything like that. Okay. Let's get all that stuff out. I've been meaning to, but I'll show it here. But I got myself like a new airbrush because the airbrush that I got previously basically cost as much as this one did, but also came with like a little micro compressor. But this one is actually like just a airbrush on its own, and I thought it looked pretty cool. And not just that it looked cool, but looking at like the website and how it actually works, I'm hoping that this is going to be a much better option for me. Slightly more professional, slightly more useful, and slightly less cheap. I'm not ready to spend like, what is it? There's like the Awada series or whatever that is like super profesh. Anyway, let's get the tool stuff that we're gonna need. Got my clippers, got a knife, got screwdrivers, pair of tweezers just in case. Oide for screws. And I think that's it. Oh. Our new friend, tape. And just in case, I'll get myself a sanding bar. Okay. So in the box, we have 4 stages, or 4 steps. Looks like we're doing 43 through 46. 43, we got some of the remainder of the fix-up for the Cobra neck, and another panel. More Cobra neck stuff, another panel. Oh, we're starting to get nacelle stuff. Okay. And then we got another circuit board and another panel. more nacelle stuff and more panel. Okay, cool. Then we got our book. Going into all of our steps for the day. Oh wow, we're actually getting pretty close to having this whole like top side filled in, huh? Pretty happy with that. Oh, and it shows that the nacelle that we're working on is the right side nacelle. I saw this page and I'm like, oh, this is new. But yeah, it just separates episodes we're talking about, and this one is the survivors, who watches the watchers, the bonding, and booby trap. Jordy gets thirsty. And then the enemy. And the price. Oh no. Yep. The typical reason that they have Troy in the show. Okay. And then it's a bad rap. We have our little book holder here, or magazine holder. This will be the second one that we were sent. I wouldn't say the first one is like full yet, but I guess this will solve overcrowding. These are pretty easy to put together. Comes with numbers too. I'm just gonna sort of bend mine just to make sure, but literally they give you the instructions. It says this side with the tabs goes down. Then you put down these two sides. And then you push this one through and sort of straighten it all out. And there you go. That's it. That's all it takes. And being that this is number 2, take this number and place it on there. There we go. Little holder. 4 more magazines. Just gonna stick this down here at the bottom, and we'll leave it there. Okay. Let's just get cracking. Let me get myself a little bit more organized for this. This is what we currently have. Get my box with other parts ready. Making sure I have access to the screws. And that'll do us. Okay. Looks like we're going to start with step 43. Got lots of little things in here. Okay. We've got a deck panel. Got a light. We've got a transporter pad, Another transporter pad. Piece of deck covering to cover screws. Little plugs to cover up parts on the Cobra neck. Then we also have these two, which I don't actually require because I've already technically filled in those spots because the previous set came with extras as well. So I'm going to store these away as spares. And then we're getting some BM and EM screws. Alright, so let's just get into the instructions and see what it wants me to start with. So it looks like we are starting with the panel. So I'm going to grab some of my yellow tape friend. I'm just going to place it over top of the open window holes. Just like that. Metal. Or just bare metal. Okay, and then we're gonna cut out some windows. I hope everybody's doing okay today. I got to bring up my chat screen. My favorite time of the month when we when we get to build more Enterprise. I think I mentioned I have a friend that's doing the Falcon build, but their build start date hasn't happened yet because I guess it's on like delay currently. Okay. I legitimately just used to do this with tweezers, but I have found that this is a much easier method. The masking tape gives enough grip to the windows behind it. And I don't have to sort of really fiddle around with tweezers and the helping hands, which the helping hands were fine. They work. This just ends up so much faster. If I wanted to sort of fiddle around with the windows probably just a little bit less, I could still use tweezers. I just say to do whichever one works for you. Okay, we got no reflector plate with us today, so it looks like I'm just going to leave that as is. Oh, because there is no reflector plate. Got it. We are taking this light, though. The reflector plate is technically already installed. What we're looking at is this section right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to place these in here. Yeah, these lights go in these little sockets here. And I'm going to carefully put this up underneath it. And then okay, we need to do some additional manipulation. Yeah, because the right side of this is an under. So I've got to put it underneath the lip on this side here, so I'll loosen. Okay. I think I've got it. I'm going to tighten up. Not yet. Okay. EM and BM. Because these are going into metal. Oil them up. I'm just sort of loosely putting them in there for right now. Oh. Oh, shit. I should have considered the tape a little bit more. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is really going to help strengthen up this area, I think, and help it be nice and round. And potentially even fix some problem panel gaps. Right, tightening them all up. Remember, we want these to be as tight as possible. I'm just trying not to, like, strip any screws. Now I'm going to tighten up the panel that's next to it. That'll help with that panel gap. There we go. What that gives us is this. It's in there good. What is that? Okay, but yeah. It's good. Nice and solid. Okay, now it appears we're doing a testy. And the ones we're testing are obviously little lights in this section, so those plugged in. take a look. There you go. All nice and lit. Oh yeah, that's right. I have to put in another set of screws. The ones for the light spreader. What did I forget? Okay, EMs. Two more. And with these ones, even though they are going into metal, I'm not tightening them all the way. Because they are on pressing down on a plastic light spreader, which is very prone to cracking. So quite literally, like, as soon as I get it down on top of it, I'm stopping. Main reason for doing this is just to make it so that the windows on the panel below don't, like, shift around or fall out. Yeah, much better. Okay, good. Remove our tester board. There we go. So I'm actually going to grab the Cobra neck. Put this away for right now. And we're going to be working on filling in like these other gaps here. So first things first, we've got this, which goes right here. As I throw it down onto the freaking kit, I just suggest taking your time and making sure you have it lined up properly, and then just press it down all nice. We're also given this, which goes right here, fills up that gap. I'll take off the backing. It is slightly tapered, so I'm putting the slightly thinner end towards the back and then pushing it down the rest of the way. There we go. Another transport sensor. And we have this guy, which will cover up these screws. I'm just going to push that in nice and tight. The only disappointing thing is that there's a slightly darker color on here than what is on the ship, and the lines don't match up. The lines don't match up with this one either. That's a bummer. Okay. Anyway, we're also given this piece. Got lugs to help guide. Put that in there. That actually matches up pretty nicely. And we got another transporter pad. Or sensor, rather. It is angled, so be aware. but both sides should work just fine. And we push it in. Yeah. The other thing that we were going to do was we're going to put in the screw cover caps right here and here. But like I said, I already had spares from that side, so that's already done. So there's our Cobra neck. We're just missing 2 pieces, 1 and 2, which are in one of the next stages. So let's see what our next step is. Stage 44. Alright, so we have another metal panel, some lifeboats, closed windows, open windows, another LED light. We've got some light spreaders. We have the remaining things for the Cobra neck. These ones actually have Enterprise on them, which is cool. We've got some BMs and some DMs. Okay, and it says we are doing the panel first. Put my tape down for the windows. There we go. And then let's get the windows themselves cut out. As well as the lifeboats. I actually miss having the normal size box because that's usually what I put my trash bits in. Makes it easy for cleanup. Okay. We are putting lights in, or windows rather. It's interesting. I do consider each one of these like open windows like a light because technically light shines through it. Right, red line goes towards the biggest diameter ring, or the widest ring. Okay, so we have our windows in, and it looks like that spreader goes there, and this one goes here. So we're going to take our light. Okay, I'm going to have to do one of these at a time. This requires DMs. And again, they are going into metal, but because of the spreader, they are not like a structurally important part. I'm only tightening them down until I basically start getting any resistance at all. Because literally their purpose is to keep the lights in place as well as the windows. That's it. Alright, now that I've got one in, there we go. That's a lot easier. I will say I at least do prefer when they use the flange screws for this, because just using like the regular screws, I feel like it just places too much force in one spot. Okay, there we go. And because of the threaders that I've put on, I can now actually remove this without having to worry. Yeah, bye-bye tape. And there we go. A nice finished panel that we're going to test. Okay, it works. Okay, so it appears that we're actually just going to go ahead and install this right now. All right, where are we going? Like we're going here. Okay. We're taking our wire and we're fitting it through this little gap here. All right. This one has 3 tabs down here. So I'm going to make sure that I fit those 3 tabs into those slots. It also sits on top of a lip. Right here on this side, so just being mindful. Okay, what am I putting in here? BMs. I'm not putting this in super tight because I still want to try to like be able to maneuver this a tiny bit. This one's a little tricky to engage, like, the lips correctly. I'm going to do another little bit of loosening of the plate that it's going into. To see if I can use that to help sort of massage it in better. Sorry, I know that I might be like terribly off camera right now, but I need to be careful because there's a wire that I could potentially be pinching here. I don't want to wreck this ship. Oh my god, I think it like just. Oh wait, no, we're a little over this edge. Huh. Alright, I just have some adjusting to do, so let's yeah, why does this one sit so high? Yeah, because I've got like a little lippy here now. Yeah, why? Why? Why does that do that? Alright. I'll try one more time. But after that, I have to crack in because I'm running out of time. Is that quite literally it? No, it's not that. Like, that's expected there. Okay, I got it to slide in there a lot better this time. Okay, okay. Fucking hype now. Okay. I don't know what I did, but it is in there now. It is in there, and I'm happy. Okay, moving on. I've got like half an hour to try to finish this up. Alright, next thing. Going back to the Cobra neck. Looks like we are, I think, officially finishing enough in this particular stage, so... we're doing some more cable, or not cable hiding, but screw hiding. We got these things, which have lugs, so they're just press-ins. You want to make sure that the side is correct. Making sure that the Enterprise is the right way up. If you're doing it in the orientation that I am, Enterprise will be written upside down as you're pressing it in. And then just the next side as well. Noticing a little bit of sprue on here. So I'm just gonna take that off. There we go. Push that in. There we go. Now it says Enterprise. And we got like a few closed off windows. There's a very specific gap here. I'm not sure if I like that necessarily, but that's okay. Okay, there we go. I've already talked about my issues with the Cobra neck, but seeing as this part is basically complete, I'd say that that's a pretty big win. All right, moving on. We're going stage 45. All right, in the stage we get a circuit board. Excuse Excuse me. But yeah, circuit board. Another plastic panel this time. Light spreader. A bunch of windows, which is common with the plastic spreaders. We got a couple pieces here, which are likely for the nacelle light spreading. They're giving us some cable ties. Just in case, I'll grab my bucket of them as well. Got a whole bunch of different screws. We have some blackout tape and another set of LEDs. Alright, yeah, a whole bunch of screws today. BPs. CPs. AM. BM. And even FM. Alright, first things first, we are doing a panel. Alright, add tape. No lifeboats. Going to a birthday party after this. So thankfully, I have already basically dressed. I changed my shirt. But I've already got present. It's already ready. Written my card. Decided that I'd try to write a message and then like do that whole like Google Translate it a billion times. Didn't quite work out the way that I wanted it to. There's still like too much recognizable bullshit in it. Okay. Lots of windows, because this is a plastic piece. My head. Okay, and then these are all extra. Okay. All right, so we got our panels. It's telling me to add this tape. To that side and this side. Okay. I wish I could find this stuff, like, because it's so fucking thin. I love it. All right, and then we're taking light spreader and this light. Right, so yeah, they are in there now. And then we are doing 2 BPs. Again, this is where I wish that we could use flange screws. And I am literally just tightening them down until it stops. All right, and then 1 more BP. No need to oil either. This is another thing. I would have preferred there be 2 screws on the bottom and 1 screw in the middle rather than 1 screw down here. I mean, it's kind of causes some issues, but either way, we have them in there. We can remove our tape now. So that's our window panel. We can test. There we go. Lights up. And looks like we're going to install. Bring out saucer. Going to go ahead and put away our Cobra deck. Right. I'm assuming, yeah, this side is where this goes, because I think that we're starting to build up this bit here on the opposite side now. So it says the cable is going down in there. Adjust a couple cables here. Is that really where this is going? Yeah, I guess so. Okay. We are getting 2 CPs. There is a lip involved here, so just make sure that you're like putting this over top of the lip that's next to it. Again, also these are plastic pieces, so I'm not like tightening like crazy. Yeah, apparently this is supposed to come up and over, which is concerning to me. I don't actually think that's the case. Okay, I need to readjust this cable. Alright, lay off the fucking horn, bro. Go knock on the door! Right? If they're not coming out when you're honking the horn, go fucking knock on the door. You are embarrassing them. Plus, they didn't even like fucking honk just like once. They just started laying into the horn. That's the other thing too. Give a little tap, and then wait a few minutes. If nothing happens, investigate. Pretty sure that the next piece is going to help with this as far as locating it. Because it'll press down on there. Alright, not much I can do about it now. Okay. We are now taking this brand new PCB. And then we are using FM screws. And there's a very specific way that we're going to be putting this in. There's an in and out. Not the burger chain. Doorbell. Question is, are they still at the doorbell? The answer is no. It was a drop-off. Okay. Since we're just doing two, okay, cool. FM's in. So what we're doing here is this cable goes in this location, and then we'll carry on over here. There we go. So these boards are connected now, I would imagine. Okay. So I can sort of see at the same angle that they're showing me. Oh wait, no. Looks like we're plugging in like all these guys. Is it supposed to be in somewhere? Have another one of these? Yeah, I do. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And in goes the first. And this one goes next. Give me a call sometime. All right, now that I've got those plugged, let's down. Give me a call sometime. It's like trying to thread a super flexible needle. Okay. It's like tying spaghetti. I use one of mine for anything extra. Okay, so there's all those. I am running out of time. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One of them is left. "33C is left." Which one is fucking 33C? Okay. I know which one it is. Stage 33C is the one that comes from here. So it is this one. Alright, now that I know, I can continue. I am also like trying to follow the order that lights are plugged in. Like if there's a specific color cable going into a specific plug, I'm trying to follow that. Trying to. More just comes down to cable length. Okay, that cable is separated. And there's still a free light over here. I'm gonna tuck these. This is just honestly to make this port easier to reach. Because apparently we can take our tester and plug it directly in here. And light up the entire thing. There we go. An entire light up of everything that we got so far. Love to see it. Okay, can we finally move on to the next stage? First things first, we're going to take this piece, and there's like a wall on three sides of it. I'm going to make it so that the wall is on the back side that I'm entering in to this thing. So there is an open space right here. And that is it for that stage. Alright. I am pushing my limit here. Before I do anything else, I'm going to grab the nacelle. I'm going to grab this last panel just in case. It is currently the only panel that is not attached. So what's the rule? It's okay to show up like fashionably late? No, it's fine. I live quite literally like 2 minutes away from their house, so they'll live. Alright, we got closed lights, lifeboats, light spreader, plastic panel, open lights, and then we have some screws, an LED, and we have a circuit board, which also contains some LEDs and a plug. Okay. This bit gives us some BPs. CPs. Prep our lights. Let's cut out our lights and windows, rather. I did not plan my time well this morning. I still haven't even looked at the stand, but I'll probably just do that on its own. Okay, got my windows. Lifeboats, red line towards the wider edge. Always. I'm trying to go fast and it's causing problems. And this honestly is why the tape is so much better. Okay, cool. Then light spreader. Got our LED. Separate them a little bit. Stay. Okay, and then BPs. Again, going into plastic. I have only tightened them as much as I absolutely have to. Remove tape. Do a little test. And our new friend here. Going down here. Flipping. Oh. Again, oh, these are CPs. Putting them in tight, just not super tight. Now again, being mindful of the lip. Okay, and that actually says that this one here is going to get plugged in right here. That's cool. And then we're going to go on to the final part of this stage. Which is this guy. Our friendly neighborhood nacelle. Okay, so we're taking this piece that we had created, and I'm going to put it in where the most open side is upwards. Basically, we're just putting this right in here. Is that really it? Okay, so yeah. Just goes right in there. Next, we are taking this. Okay, so this way around. Those are hanging out that way. Aims towards the front. And we're going to get some CPs. Three of them. And lock this in place. I'm not going to tighten them down super crazy, just basically enough. Oh, okay, so this is supposed to... sit in this little gap here. And then this wire goes down under and back up, and we're sort of plugging it in to this hole that's right here. Okay, second screw. I may end up like gluing this in place eventually. There we go. So now we have this heading out towards this side, same with this plug here. And then we have this cable routed and plugged into that, and this one free. Okay, cool. And that does it. That's it. Sorry that I'm going to end this like right now, but I gotta go. When I come back, we'll do more. And yeah, thanks for watching. Much appreciated. I gotta go to a party. Right. Later, friendos. Love you. Bye-bye. I'll come back and show off the stand.